The Pelicans announcing a short time ago that Zion is out indefinitely with a broken ring finger on his left hand, which is his shooting hand. He appeared to injure himself in Tuesday night's game against the Warriors. Zion had a CT scan yesterday, which revealed the fracture. The timing is terrible for the Pelicans, who are clinging to playoff hopes 2.5 back of the Spurs for the last play-in spot in the West. He finished third in Rookie of the Year voting last season, despite playing in just 24 games. And then Zion has really come on strong in his sophomore season. He made his first All-Star game. He's on pace to be the first player to average 25 points on 60% shooting since Kevin McHale did so more than 3 decades ago. Now, Pelicans GM David Griffin not happy, sounding off on Zion's rough treatment this season.
I'm really frustrated because this was avoidable. We told the NBA through every means available to us, through sending in film, through speaking to everybody in the officials department, everybody in basketball operations, that the way they were officiating Zion was going to get him injured. And quite frankly, he's injured now because of the open season that there's been on Zion Williamson in the paint. He has been absolutely mauled in the paint on a regular basis, to the point that other players have said to him, I'm going to keep doing this to you because they don't call it. So there is more violence encouraged in the paint against Zion Williamson than any player I've seen since Shaq. It was egregious and horrific then, and the same is true now. Again, I'm very disappointed that he's not going to be available here for the foreseeable future anyway. But I'm more disappointed in us, quite frankly, that we weren't able to bring the appropriate sense of urgency to the league conversation around the way he was officiated.
David Griffin not happy. He says his guy's not being protected. Let's bring in our NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski now. So, Woj, first off, what's your reaction to what Griffin had to say there about the NBA's officiating?
Hey, David, I mean, it is consistent with what New Orleans has said throughout the season. David Griffin, Stan Van Gundy, their head coach, and Zion Williamson, about how Williamson has been officiated, that they thought he should have been the beneficiary of more calls, that teams were too physical with him. But you hear that in Denver, too, with Nikola Jokic, who's going to be the MVP this season. Denver's been consistent with that belief there. Philadelphia thinks Joel Embiid doesn't get enough calls. You know, this is a familiar refrain around franchise players. And for David Griffin, he's got to come out and defend his star player. He did that today.
Well, it's going through my catalog of injuries, a broken ring finger. I'm not quite sure how long that would sideline a player. The Pelicans have 6 games left. It starts tonight in Philly. What are the chances that Zion is done for the season?
Well, I think right now there's an expectation, that he may not be able to return for any of these regular season games left. And it may take New Orleans getting into the play-in without him and advancing before he may have a real opportunity to play. But they haven't ruled Zion Williamson out of the rest of the regular season. But I don't think there's a lot of optimism with that fractured finger, ring finger on his shooting hand.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.